Alright, so this scene between this fight sequence between Neo and Agent Smith is a pivotal moment. Before I talk about that, I love the series of shots here, very well edited when Agent Smith shoots the phone after Trinity had gone through the lines back to the real world. Very well done, not too dizzy, and that's some of what I want to talk about, which is the way action scenes are done nowadays. It's so bad, so dizzying. They cut and edit every microsecond. It's so bad. Now here is done very well, and we'll get there very soon. Here's yep. So Neo is beginning to believe that he can take on this big challenge that all of them face in this world. I love the Western spaghetti Western kind of newspaper flowing through there, the good, the bad, and the ugly motif. Um, so the action sequences were so innovative, and they still look great nowadays. So well done. The background you might not really notice, but they're kind of CG, but not CG in a way that is jarring or you wouldn't, or that would be distracting. They just took pictures of the walls, and because they had to do a virtual camera turnaround move, they stitched the walls together in digitally, so it doesn't look strange. It still looks real. Doesn't take you away from the action. The Okay, so you see how the punches and the kicks are edited. Like you can see what's going on before they cut. You can see the actors doing it. You can see their faces. Not this hyper edited BS that they do nowadays, which I really hate. So there are also character moments. There are also character choreography. The way each of these characters are, the way they fight are, you know, works with their uh, works with their character, I guess. So Neo fights in a very fluid way. Uses legs, uses hands, uses various moves. He jumps, but Agent Smith, his character is more stoic, so he just does punches, mostly punches, less kicks, and mostly straight punches, because that's how his character is. Um, and he's also physically stronger than Neo, so Neo has to use variety of skills to try to beat him. So remember that. So another metaphor in this scene is that Neo is not as strong as Agent Smith, but he's taking on this bully, this big bad, and he's trying his best. He's saying, okay, I've trained, I've practiced, I've studied. Now let's get my mindset right to believe that I can actually attempt to best him, if not beat him. So here's him actually matching up with and actually getting some fights in with Agent Smith. Of course, the green motif in the Matrix means that they're in the computer, they're in the Matrix world, they're in the digital world. This is I hear is like an animated, like an anime kind of move with a punch, with the multiple punches to the side. Um, it's just a fantastic scene. The visual effects, I want to talk about it for a quick second. The visual effects are done so purposefully, and they're not just visual effects for visual effects' sake. John Gator, the visual effects supervisor, said that the directors asked the right questions, and they got. This was made in 1999. They actually visual effects were primitive at the time, but they actually pushed the industry so far and did a lot of research and were very creative in what they were doing, and it worked for the kind of story that they were trying to tell. And it still looks great now, man. It still looks so good. I believe this movie won four visual effects, sound editing, visual effects, and I forget the last one. Four Oscars. You guys can Google that. So here, if you watch the movie for the first time, you would think that Agent Smith died, but he's a program. He can replicate himself and come back alive through somebody else in the scene. So in this scene, Neo has done his best. I love this camera move, and so it's time to run. But yeah, at least face the agent.